everyone, I'm Sarah of Rich Textures Crochet and welcome. Today we're going to learn how to crochet this coral scarf. Now this coral scarf is a beautiful, not too thick design. It's double-sided, so the same on both sides. It features a double crochet ribbing on each end and then this solid cluster stitch texture throughout. It's absolutely beautiful. Today our scarf measures approximately 8 inches across by 72.5 inches long, and later on in the video I'll give you some instruction on how to adjust your size. For the pattern we're going to be using a 5mm or an H8 crochet hook, as well as some medium or worsted weight yarn. I'm working from a bonus bundle of Lion brand Mandala yarn. You're not going to, if you use the bonus bundle, you're not going to use the full 1100 yards. As you can see here, I still have some left. You're only going to need about 2/3 of a cake, or about 720 yards or so to complete your scarf. You may wish to follow along on the free written instructions, which are on my website at ridgetexturescrochet.com. You'll find a direct link down in the description of this video. Also down in the description of this video, you'll find a link to my Amazon shop, where I have a few books published there now, the latest of which is my Comfy and Cozy Crochet Blankets, which is a collection of crochet blanket patterns. So those are there down in the description of this video for you to check out. Thank you so much for joining me. While you're here, I invite you to take a look around. Don't forget to subscribe. This channel is updated every single week with free crochet patterns and stitch tutorials. Let's grab our hooks and yarn and get started. Now for our scarf pattern, we're going to be working along the short ends of the scarf. So we're going to start by making a slip knot. You're then going to work a foundation chain. Today I worked a total of 34 chains to get my 8 inches across. If you wish, you can change the size of the scarf. You'll simply need a multiple of 4 stitches plus 2 for that foundation change, and this will change the width. Today I'm going to go ahead and chain 34. There's 20, 25, 30, and 34. Once you have that foundation chain worked, you're going to begin row 1 by working a double crochet into the 4th chain from your hook. Your chain 3 at the start will count as a double crochet stitch. You're then going to work 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way across. At the end of your row 1, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. You'll have a total of 32 stitches, including that starting chain 3. Next, for row 2, you're going to work 1/2 double crochet into the first stitch. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch, so you're working just into the base of it. You're then going to work a front post double crochet around the post of the next stitch. To work your front post double crochet, you're going to yarn over, bring your hook in front of your work and insert your hook from front, around back, and out through the front again around the post of that next stitch. Yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 more. That's your front post double crochet. You're going to work a back post double crochet around the post of the next stitch. To work your back post double crochet, yarn over, bring your hook in back of your work and insert from back, around the post, around front, and out through the back again, around the post of that next stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 more. That is your back post double crochet. You're going to repeat that all the way across. Work a front post double crochet around the post of the next stitch, followed by a back post double crochet around the post of the next. Front post double crochet, followed by back post double crochet. Repeat this all the way across until you come to the final stitch, which is that turning chain 3. So I've come across here, I'm working my final back post double crochet. I then have a chain 3 remaining. To finish off your row 2, you're going to work 1 half double crochet into the top of your turning chain 3. You're then going to chain 1, turn your work, and for the next 4 rows, you're going to repeat your row 2. So for rows 3, 4, 5, and 6, half double crochet into the top of your first stitch, then begin with a front post double crochet, followed by a back post double crochet, all the way across and half double crochet into the top of your final stitch. Chain 1, turn your work, and repeat. You'll want to work a total of 4 more rows of front and back post double crochet. That will bring you to the end of your row 6, and then meet me back here. At the end of row 6, this is what your work looks like from the beginning. You'll have some nice double crochet ribbing on the one end of your scarf. At the end of row 6, we're going to chain 2 and turn our work. Our chain 2 is going to be the first part of a beginning cluster that is worked into this first stitch. So typically for a beginning cluster, you'd chain 2 and then double crochet back into the first stitch, and that forms a beginning cluster in this pattern. You're then going to skip the next stitch and work a cluster V-stitch into the next. To work your cluster V-stitch, you're going to work 1 full cluster, chain 1, followed by a cluster stitch. To work the cluster stitch, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that next stitch, yarn over and draw up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, insert your hook back into that same stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. You'll be left with 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. That's your first cluster stitch, then chain 1 and work 1 more cluster stitch back into the same stitch. This cluster stitch, chain 1 followed by a cluster, forms your first cluster V-stitch. You're then going to skip the next 2 stitches and work a cluster V-stitch into the next stitch. So 1 cluster stitch, chain 1 and cluster back into the same stitch. We're now going to repeat this all the way across until 2 stitches remain. So to skip the next 2 stitches, work a cluster V-stitch into your next stitch, and repeat all the way across. At the end of your row 7, when you have 2 stitches remaining, you're going to finish off the row with 1 final full cluster stitch just worked into the top of that final stitch. You're then going to turn your work. Now for row 8, we're going to work a beginning cluster into the first stitch. So chain 2 and double crochet back down into the top of the same, into the final stitch. You're then going to skip your next cluster stitch and working into your chain 1 spaces all the way across, you're going to work cluster V stitches. So find your next chain 1 space and work 1 cluster V stitch. You're going to skip your next 2 clusters and into the next chain 1 space, work a cluster V stitch. Continue working cluster V stitches all the way across until you come to that final cluster stitch. When you come all the way across at the end of row 8, you're going to have 2 stitches remaining. You're going to work 1 final cluster stitch into the top of that final stitch. Chain 2 and turn your work and then begin again with your beginning cluster. Now for rows 9 through to, I worked 111 rows. It's really up to you as far as how long you would like to make your scarf, but from now until you've reached the desired length or have reached row 111, you're going to simply repeat your row 8 with your beginning cluster followed by your cluster V stitches all the way across in the chain 1 spaces and then ending with that cluster stitch in the final stitch. So repeat row 8 until your scarf has reached its desired length, and then you can meet me back here and we'll finish off our scarves together. I'm just going to work a few more rows and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, now I've gone ahead and worked just a couple more rows of those cluster V stitches. Your scarf is going to be much longer, and my original I worked through to the end of row 111, but I just want to show you how to finish off your scarf and add this ribbing to the other side. So what you're going to do at the end of row 111, you're going to you can finish off with the chain 2 and turn your work, and we're actually going to add 1 more chain, so we have a total of chain 3 at the end. This chain 3 is going to form your first double crochet stitch. You're then going to work 1 double crochet into each stitch and each chain 1 space all the way across. So double crochet into that next cluster, then double crochet into the chain 1 space, double crochet into each of the next cluster stitches, and double crochet into the chain 1 space. You're going to continue this all the way across, finishing off with 1 double crochet into the top of that final cluster stitch. At the end of row 112, you're finishing off with a double crochet into the top of that final cluster stitch, chain 1, and turn your work. Now, just as you did down for your first set of double crochet ribbing, for the next 5 rows, rows 113, 114, 115, 116, and 117, you're going to work a half double crochet into the top of your first stitch, followed by a front post double crochet around the post of the next stitch, back post double crochet, and front post double crochet. You're going to repeat that all the way across When you come to that final stitch, you're going to work your half double crochet into the top of your final stitch, chain 1, turn your work, and repeat. For this final side, you'll want to work a total of the 5 more rows of front and back post double crochet stitches. That brings you to the end of row 117. You can then fasten off, weave in your ends, and that's all there is to working this coral scarf. So thank you so much for joining me. Once again, I invite you to subscribe. Don't forget to take a look around. There is a crochet playlist with many scarves and cowl patterns here on my channel if you're looking for more. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Until then, happy crocheting. Bye.